Hello and welcome to the journey to Tier 2 Rathma on the SSF Druid, unplugging Project Diablo 2, Season 10, Desecration. Well, I'm gonna say it very clearly. Brace yourself for this 30th day. It is time we have a real serious talk about Tier 2 Rathma. Without delaying or anything, I'll just pull the video. I want to share with you what we've been through on day number 30. And hopefully by the end, we can all understand where we're at right now. So the day started with, just as promised, farming some Mephisto. We drop a pair of water walks, which is always nice because they're awesome boots. Go ahead and slam them. Sadly, they get enhanced defense, which is not the most interesting for us. About 10 I decided to kind of show like what kills we're at. I think this was that was run number 8 of the day, so really didn't take us that long. We kept going. By the way, we boosted our MF to 554, I think, to get like as much like a chance to drop our desired item, the Athenas. I think it was like 1 in 520 at the end, like chances to drop Athena. Drop a unique amulet. A few runs later, Snokazan relic rolled pretty terribly. I think this was like 20 minutes later. Yeah, and this is like run number 46 of the day. And a few minutes later, like 3 minutes later, as I'm searching, you can see me not even looking at the screen while I'm doing the skill. I was searching chances for other weapons to drop as well, and I was like, oh wow, we did it. It only took 20 minutes because that's how long I've been streaming at that point. This was kill number 54, well 53 of the day. So absolute crazy. We already dropped an Athena, and I'm thinking to myself, do I identify it? Do I just slam it, identity slam it? And I was like, yeah, fuck it, just identity slam it, see what it gets. And it got 3-2 and FCR. FCR was one of the like things we were looking for. We definitely wanted some FCR to get the next breakpoint, even while decrepified. So I was pretty happy with it. Obviously it's not a great slam, it's not one of the slams you want to get, but in SSF you take what you can get, and it just being helpful is already nice for me. So we go ahead and box it, and it gets 4 sockets. So 4 sockets, the 3-2 and 10 FCR, and I'm thinking to myself, could it be that I just start bossing now? Because this was the only item we were looking for. I said once I get an Athena, we go, right? So I was thinking to myself, well, maybe I should just set up my Druid and go ahead and try Tier 2 Rathma, try for the first time. So this is how my first attempt looked like. We used the Athena, and I can show some of the gear later. Some of the gear changed between like the first attempt and whatever happened afterwards, so you can see we have a long video today. So we go ahead and we try Tier 2 Rathma, and accidentally I was farming Mephisto on player 7. I used this like amulet to get our spirits like 1 level higher. So I farmed Mephisto on player 7, and I forgot like the player 7 up. So all these like monsters spawned on like P7. So I was like really struggling to kill them, which was really funny because for a moment I was freaking out that I can't even kill the monsters there. But we just skipped over here. This was the important part. And we go ahead and jump into the fight. And this is the first time we do tier 2 Mendon, the first phase. And I was struggling. Like, he was doing a lot of cold waves. Now that I'm looking at this video back, it's first time down watching it. But we were really struggling. You can see that we're like filling our health potions, and like it seems like the phases are just not moving. Like the golem phases. Like, we killed the golems, but we're just not doing damage. And I think I was like positioning pretty badly, and the crows were like attacking the towers a lot. But it seems like they're attacking for the most part, like attacking Mendeln. We killed the golems. Like, it looks like I'm doing okay, but I'm just using a ton of health potions in the process. And again, this is the first time we're doing tier 2 on Summoner, of course. Like, I'm not experienced in this, so maybe I was just like, you know, just a little shocked, because I'm used to doing this with my Mulbear. I've done it so many times with the Mulbear that I forgot how it feels like to do it on on any other build that I've done it before on. So yeah, we go ahead. We use so much potions for this phase. It's actually crazy. So we go ahead, zoom through like the secondary phase. Yeah, I'm filling up my box with some juves. And let me know how interested people are in this. I've understood that there is no proper guide for Rathma in general. So I'm planning to kind of make one. Just so people can like get through, not necessarily tier 2, but just to get through like Rathma in general. So let me know if people are interested in that. I'll make sure to get on that sooner rather than later, because we have a lot of things we want to do. Yeah, you can see phase 2 looks a lot better than phase 1. Phase 1, we're like really struggling to get the health down. Here we're already like getting through the second part of the fight, third part. This was like super fast. And now we go to phase 3. And maybe I should have farmed here, but I was thinking to myself, I'm probably gonna die a bunch of times today. Like I wasn't sure if there was a point to me farming, because I'm probably gonna die and lose the experience anyway. So yeah, I was killing some stuff. And yeah, and then we go ahead and we reach out to the final phase. And I decided to summon the wolves just because it made me feel nice. They don't really do much by the time you go in. But still, I felt like doing it. Anyway, we start the fight. This is the first time we go into tier 2, and you can see pretty fast my bears die, and I wasn't really ready for them to be dead. I also forgot like my item throwing, so I'm trying to resummon the bears and keep up my crows. My crows are supposed to be my main source of damage at the moment. So we're just trying to keep it up. We get caged. We were struggling a little bit with the cages in our first run. Or at least I felt like I was struggling. Yeah, like every time they put us in a cage, like a bunch of hits, and it feels like they're not breaking. So you go ahead and yeah, try to get these skeletons to die. I was also I wasn't sure how much I should be focusing on getting into Mendeln's sludge ring, if I'm like trying to you know, get the skeletons to die, the void knights. And you gotta be close to the void knights for them to take damage, obviously, because otherwise all your pets kind of aggro into something else. And we died. That was our first attempt. It wasn't too bad. We got to phase 3, but we were running out of potions very fast. Like we I think at the end we died with like 12 14 potions, which wasn't enough to like clear everything. It didn't feel like it was enough. On our second attempt, we just straight rush into here. We got like enough potions, or supposed to have enough potions for the fight. Yeah, I just filled up my inventory because I was like, I don't want to deal with whatever I was dealing last time. So we go ahead and we jump in, and already it seems a little bit better because we get like to the first golem phase pretty fast. We managed to kill them for the most part. Like these cold waves trying to cheese us from killing them, we actually made it at the last moment. And then we go back in, and it seems like we're using a lot less potions this time. We managed to kill the golems relatively fast, so maybe like I got into the rhythm of it a little bit better on the second time. I even like managed to refill my potions. We do get hit by a Nova, but that's like okay, like builds that deal like slightly less damage. Yeah, that's how it looks like for them. So overall, pretty happy that we're kind of like getting a little bit better at this phase. I will say that like while doing this, I found like insane respect to some people who do tier 2 kills on several characters, like different builds. Sometimes like the muscle memory can really mess with you in terms of like what you feel like doing and what you're used to doing compared to what you should be doing. So yeah, a lot of respect to whoever is doing that, especially Woogs who did it with like all characters. We go ahead, push through the in-between phase 2. And we didn't change anything from attempt number 1 to attempt number 2. I kept the gear the same because I felt like, damn, I got to phase number 3. And I mean, phase 3 is not bad. That's pretty close to the end. Mendel and Rathma were relatively low too. So I felt like if I played a little bit better, I could have made it with the same gear or with the same setup. Like maybe I wasn't getting lucky. Like I didn't have any perspective to say like what went wrong because I obviously didn't even watch the video at the time. So I was like, okay, let me do a couple more tries. And I think like generally we wanted to do 4 or 5 attempts on the first day we tried. Like I didn't want to just like burn all my splinters or anything like that. But I did want to give it a couple of shots just to see. Maybe we just need to improve at the fight, because that's sometimes that's the only thing that you just need to get better. You know, skill issue and all that. Phase 2 we clean pretty nicely. We do yeah, I think pretty well. We used like a lot of juice, but I think that's fine given our gear. Like there wasn't a moment where I was feeling like, damn, I'm about to die or anything like that. We quickly refill our juice. I think then we just sprint through to the end. So over here we just clean around so nothing attacks us as we go in. Summon the wolves again. I know they don't do anything. I just felt like summoning them. So doing a little bit of yapping. Okay, doing a lot of yapping. Yeah, like during the stream, something I wasn't talking about a lot. I mentioned it a couple times, but generally this fight got me very stressed. Like the entire time, like I was relatively like excited, but also a little bit stressed. Even after like 2 attempts, like you know, it's like wow, we've been doing this for 30 days. It's been building up, and like a lot of excitement just kind of like becomes a part of this like every run. So. I wouldn't lie. I will say I was pretty stressed the whole time. You can see this time we haven't even gotten to phase 3. This is phase 2 of the Void Knights, and we're already running out of potions. And I was like, wait, hold on, something's not going right this time. And I noticed while cutting this video that there were incredible amounts of summons. Like he summoned a lot of skeletons. So that really hurt us because every time I just stopped to try and kill them. Because I felt like they were doing a lot of damage, and so I just cut the attempt because we were running out of potions, and it wasn't even phase 3, and we went to attempt number 3. In attempt number 3, we basically kept it the same. I said I'm going to do it one more time because the first time we did pretty well. The second time we didn't do so well. Let me try and do it again. I want to see how it feels, and if it feels bad, then I'm just gonna try and maybe switch something up. So. Over here we do phase 1, and phase 1 looking very nice. Like I felt very good with this one. You can see that I'm cleaning very nicely. I'm not using a lot of potions. I managed to like go around like the frost wave pretty well. Yeah, you can see like we basically only use like one belt of potions in this one, so I was pretty happy with it. I think this was my best result of phase 1 so far, like by quite a bit even. So I was pretty happy with it. We pushed through to the end of like the second in-between phase, and we hop in. And I think for Summoner Druid, this might be the easiest part of the free. Like this one, it just feels like it kind of plays itself as long as you keep like kiting like the Void Knights. You don't like stand on top of them. You keep resummoning your bears. It's really hard to. It feels at least really hard to die. You make sure to keep your distance, stay safe, maintain your summons, and again, we had a really good result here with about 1 belt of juice used, so yeah, I was pretty happy with that too. Quickly refill our juice, which wasn't a problem. I'm pretty sure we just start to the exit, I think. Oh, we can't find it. It's probably on the left. Yeah, there we go. So we go ahead, we summon the wolves. I think I'm doing it every time and they just like die immediately, but I think I was doing it to calm myself down. So we go in, and this is our third attempt at tier 2, and this time the first wave gets summoned incredibly fast. So we just like hop in and we try to kill everything at time, but we're taking a lot of time to kill the Void Knights. So this is something I noticed. This happened also in the second fight. Like we were really struggling to kill them. Like I'm going around, and this is already phase number 2, and every time we kill the Void Knights very, very fast, very slow, and then like we get to the next Void phase very, very fast. So that's how it felt like. I was trying to maintain my bears, like I was being told very correctly that I wasn't maintaining my bears too much, and I ran out of potions almost again by the end of phase 2. So this is again end of phase 2. We're close to phase 3 of the skeletons. I'm trying to explain, like I feel like something's not working because I'm running out of potions way too fast compared to the first attempt that we had, where we went to phase 3. I mean, we died, but we had enough potions. So something felt off, something felt wrong, and I had to figure it out. Kind of maybe try to change up some stuff. Ignore the recurring notification on the screen. So we go ahead and we change up some stuff, and the decision I made was that moving from the first, second, third attempts like to the fourth attempt, I'm gonna try and rely more on the bears. So not only am I gonna be summoning them more and maintaining the ravens less, I'm also gonna be maxing Spirit of Wolverine instead of maxing the synergies for the crows. So the crows lost significant damage because of it, but the bears became a lot stronger, and since I wanted to summon them anyway so they can kind of keep me safe and aggro other things, I figured focusing on the bears is more important. So we go ahead into the first phase of attempt number 4, and of course here we actually did change up some stuff. For the most part the gear is the same, so that didn't change. But yeah, we go ahead and try to beat stuff up here. And phase 1, it wasn't as good as like in attempt number 3. Like you see, I used a lot more potions there, but I figured that's kind of okay. Maybe I'm just like before I was relying on the ravens, so I was already used to it. Maybe the bears like need a different tempo. Maybe they need like a different different rhythm to how you go about the fight. That's sometimes the case. That's okay. So we go ahead and yeah, we tried a different approach here. And we just keep summoning the bears, keep focusing on them, and this part of the fight, it did really well. Again, I feel like this part of the fight is like is the easiest part. I wonder if this is like the easiest part for a lot of different classes. Like I obviously don't have as much experience with other classes. You see that we cleared the second phase with a little bit more juice used than the last time. So again, I'm a little worried. I'm seeing like, oh, I'm performing like slightly worse than we have in the last attempts. So I was a little worried. We still haven't managed to get through phase 3 of the fight. Like phase 3 is kind of like the real barrier that we got into. And we only got there once, so I'm feeling a little bit of you know, loss of confidence, but we do go into the attempt, try to do our best, and you'll see I'm gonna be trying to summon the bears a lot more here, but yeah, it's just really hard to maintain them. They die so fast, and yeah, we try to fill our potions and slots. Like, we still have our cube, obviously, so we're not doing that terribly. We go ahead and try to kill phase number 2. And we do slightly better than attempts 2 and 3, so we actually are improving. And in phase number 3, we stop the game. We can see that we're about to die. We only had a couple of potions, so we did about as good as attempt number 1. Technically slightly worse after checking the video, but here we are, attempt number 5. And at the beginning of the day I said I'm only gonna do 4 or 5 attempts, so that's pretty much do or die. I figured that maybe if I can't get through phase 3, and if I'm using so many potions, then either one, I need to get better at this fight, which, I mean, I'm sure I have a lot to improve on, or maybe we are still lacking something. I did decide to do a few gear changes for the last fight. We changed like our ring and our amulet and a few charms. I'll show like the different approaches I had, but you can see the rest of the gear is the same helmet, the same armor, same gloves, same boots, same belt. I just changed 2 charms and the ring and amulet setup. I figured I have a way to kind of reduce my fire and cold immune, so we didn't use the amulet that we made, the amazing max 2 amulet, and I use a different amulet with cannot be frozen and FCR. The reason I used it is mostly because during the decrepify part, I felt like it's really hard to resummon, especially the bears, getting them like online, and it's so important. So I really wanted to have just a little bit more FCR for when we're decrepified, so we get like a better breakpoint for that part. You can see that like phase 1 did not go that well, which was really scary. So I was a little bit worried. But you know, you just gotta try it. There's not a lot you can do but try. So we go ahead and do it anyway. And we also got CBF on that amulet. So we got like an amulet with cannot be frozen, 75 PLR and FCR, and we got like different rings to match. So we got like, instead of like the Ravenfrost, we got like a Bull Kathos, so it gives us like 1 more skill point. And the other ring we had also had PLR, but different like approach to the res. Had a bit more flat life, which we kind of needed because we lost a flat life on the Ravenfrost, we lost flat life from the amulet. So we kind of changed a few things around, trying to get everything to make sense. Overall, we had pretty similar amounts of life, but we didn't have as much max resistances, and we got 1 more skill point. That was kind of like the main change. So we go ahead and clean here. And I'll let you watch the fight for yourself. Let me turn off the music. And remember, if this doesn't work, that's okay. We will keep trying. We're not done with the challenge. It just means we don't make it, like, I don't think I'll make it tomorrow if we didn't do it today. Hours played? Guys, it's time to check. Kills all. Kill 1.6 million. Kills bosses. Kills maps. Kills declone. Kills Rathma. And now, remember guys, remember. Okay, you have to remember. I also take time to record, and I sometimes forget the game open. Okay, that's it. That's all I'm gonna say. 264 hours. That's all it took. That's all it took. Oh. And now it's over. Pretty amazing that we managed to do this in 30 days. Initially, when we approached this challenge, I was told it's going to take months if I don't give up on it by the time that we're actually even close. And yeah, we finally finished it. Honestly, it came to me as a bit of a surprise. I came into that 5th attempt saying mostly like, fuck it, I already made a void stone, might as well use it. And I'm just gonna try and do it even if I die in the process. And maybe that mentality is what carried us through the end, because that finish was clutch. That could not have been closer by any means. It was just the closest it could have been. And yeah, and now it's over. So I promised I'll show my gear at the end of every attempt. I showed it on the stream, but just for the people who want to see how we ended up doing it, we have our Athena's Wrath that we dropped on day number 30, slammed and boxed at the same time. We put 4 jewels in it, 3 minus requirement jewels. One of them with all resistances, 2 of them with cold and fire res, each had 28 resistances total. And we also put 115 all res jewel in it. So a total of 26 all res and 28 extra res for cold and fire. We have our giant fused Spirit Keeper, has a maximum to cold resistances and 1 socket from the puzzle box. We have our free socketed Guardian Angel, which honestly, what an amazing find. Thinking back to it, how much like this changed our game when we dropped this. Such an amazing drop. Our Death's Hand with 6 dual attributes, pretty lame, I know, but is what we had. We have our Arachnid's Mesh with 4 dual attributes and 18 FCR. If this had 2 more FCR, we'd have 1 higher breakpoint for faster cast rate, which would have been pretty amazing for us. Our boots are free to max PLR boots with pretty low res total and no faster run walk, but they do have faster hit recovery, which was pretty cool for us because it saved us getting faster recovery on the small charms. And then like our free jewelry pieces, the ones we ended up using, 75 PLR, cannot be frozen, 10 FCR, and slight res, buffs like 11 cold, 12 fire, amulet, so no skills to druid, no all res, nothing fancy. Our BK with the 2 life after each kill slam, so pretty useless slam. And our skull grip ring, 37 life, some all res, some poison res, and PLR. The first attempts, I just kind of saved them here. We used our crafted PLR ring, 40 PLR with all res and PDR. I didn't need like the PDR really. That's the ring I chose to use because it had the right resistances to cap us. We had this Raven Frost with 35 life and cannot be frozen that I was kind of liking because of the cold absorb, and we just changed like the charms to match like whatever we needed. So we put like more cold res instead of the poison res because that was the difference between the first ring and the second ring. So that was our gear. On the Switch, of course, we have our CTA, 5 to battle orders, 2 to all skills from the lidless, small charms, some cold and fire for the most part, a few all res charms, and 1 flat life charm. Skillers, all plain, set for 1 FHR summoning skills. We have our Hellfire Torch, and our Anilus. Amazing, amazing, amazing Hellfire and Anilus. But yeah, definitely something you can get online as well. And we snapped with the Mara. We basically swapped to it to cast everything. Just 'cause it gives us so much of a difference. Again, Druid player, I really enjoy it. I know not for everyone, but I really like it personally. And yeah, that's the Tainted Whirlstone Shard that we picked. We had absolute zero potions left during the fight. So yeah, that was our journey. Whew. Finally, I can say that we have finished our quest, and we're ready to move on. And I will be, I will be still uploading all sorts of other things that we had planned. But I'm really happy, and I want to take like a moment to just like thank everybody who were following up to this point. I don't know if I could have kept the motivation to do this without everybody's like support and nice comments that I got along the way. So consider yourself part of my journey. I consider you part of my journey. And yeah, I really appreciate it. It was really amazing, honestly. Just going through this and actually going through with it at the end. And doing it all in 1 month was a lot better than our expectations. With that said, look into day number 30. I'm joking. There is no day number 31. We are done with the challenge. I'd love to hear in the comments about some things that you saw. I will upload the full fight without like a speed up for like all phases. If you just want to watch the fight, I'll just have it uploaded. And yeah, I appreciate everybody watching. Feel free to drop in the comments if there are things you want to see in the future. Right now I have 2 things planned to upload, just like a series with like a rags to riches style with every single class, just to show like people before the new season starts, right? We have about like a month and a half probably till the next season. So just like showing people how to get started with a character to get to a point where they can farm efficiently in maps. So that's like one thing that I kind of wanted to do. And the second thing I kind of wanted to do is just showing a bunch of builds, basically any builds that you guys are playing, that you guys are thinking about playing. I want to take it to tier 0 clone and tier 0 Rathma. The reason I want to do this is to kind of demonstrate that you can take your builds and use them to boss for yourselves, not necessarily in tier 2. Yes, this is more difficult and more restrictive in terms of who can do it and who can't do it. Obviously with SSF gear it's even more difficult, but I just kind of wanted to show to people that they can do it with their characters, with Soul found gear, not with like GG gear, that they can do to walk into bosses and do it for themselves. They don't have to pay bossers to do it for them. As a bosser who really enjoys bossing, like obviously that's hurting my own like way of making currency, but you know, it is what it is. I just want people to feel a little more confident in trying and bossing for themselves, because I see a lot of people pass on the opportunity, and I really think bossing is incredibly fun. Shoutouts to the PD2 community and for the devs for making such an amazing game, and just like developing like one of the most amazing things that I've got the experience to play. So with that said, 2 more shoutouts to Woogs, the ultimate bosser in my opinion. I got to pick their brains a little bit for this challenge, and talking to them and kind of watching their videos really helped me kind of figure out stuff for myself, and seeing like what works, what doesn't work. So I really appreciate their help. And also shout out to Cirque, who is the first one who kind of brought to my attention this like druid bosser with the bears, and he's the one who kind of got me thinking about how and like, yeah, I love the how to approach this whole challenge in the first place. So shouts to them, amazing people from the Druid Discord, or from the Druid channel. And yeah, thanks to all you guys. I guess I already said that. Okay, don't get used to it. Finally, journey's over. And yeah, I guess I'll see you in the next stream or the next video. Feel free to let me know in the comments if there are specific stuff you want to see. I'll probably spend the next couple of days just bossing with different types of druid. I was thinking of doing things like Arc Blast, because it's a pretty common build. Maybe like Fissure for like a fire druid. We already did Maul. We already did Fireclaw, Summoner, Fury. Like, so we did all of those. I'll probably do like the 2 elemental ones, just because I think it's cool to kind of show like mapping builds can also do like Declone. It's no problem. Declone and Rathma. So yeah, I'm gonna try and show that. And yeah, with that said, one more time, thank you for following this journey, and I'll see you in the next stream or the next video. Have a good whatever you're having. Bye bye. It's over. Go home.